Haterhead you got there, Dougie. All right, everyone, we are live. Welcome to the Sunday morning start sit show for Writer Digest Network. We are. Hold on, I'm just trying to make sure everything. Yeah, here we go. It started. Just testing the broadcast, making sure we're actually out there. To all you fine folks. My name is Nathan. You can find me online on Twitter at Nate Cheat. I'm joined with at Oklahoma Dougie down there in the bottom, and Hollywood at DFF Win. We are here to answer your questions for start sits. We handle IDP, we handle offense, whatever you got for us. We're gonna, shoot the shit a little bit here to get started. Let's get those questions in. Ask us what you're wondering about today as far as who to start. Some of the inactives that I know of. Devontae Adams, we were just talking about, not going to play today. That turf toe did him in. I know it's affected me. Does that affect you guys at all?
No, my toes are pretty good.
Not me.
Oh, in my lineup. No, I don't have a whole lot of Devontae Adams shares. I was a little late to be honest with you, I was a little late on the fad on his emergence. So
yeah,
I don't have a lot of Packers, to be honest with you. I don't have the running backs. I don't have Graham. I don't have Rodgers in a lot of places. So no, don't do a whole lot for me.
Yep, I hear you.
Same way. I don't have hardly any Packers other than Blake Martinez. That's about the only one I have.
My advice would be, they're playing the Cowboys. That secondary's been playing pretty good. I think they've got a lot of players healed back up that are coming back from injury at home there in Jerry's World. So it'd be a void for me. I'd try to if I could, but playing any of them, to be honest.
Yeah. What do you think of that game, that Cowboys-Packers game? Do you think Cowboys can pull it off? I'd love to see the Lions eke their way back up towards the top of the rankings.
I don't know. I think I take the Cowboys there. No, you're fine. I was just saying I think I take the Cowboys because Green Bay really hasn't shown me. They're more of a pretender than a contender right now for me. And not having Adams hurts. This running back mess that they got going on is not very good. So, I think they're more of a pretender right now.
That sounds like a show segment there, D-Win.
It could be.
Heard it here first.
But yeah, well, before we jump into these questions, Dave, I see you've got a question in the bank. We're just wanting to fill up, get a few ahead of us. But let's talk about what you guys got going on in your fantasy football professional life, I guess. D-Win, you're the guest from across the network. What you got going on?
Oh man, you were talking. It's so busy right now. I've got a couple articles dropping for Dynasty Football Factory. I've actually working on a piece it's a local site where as everyone knows, I'm a big bird writing Tennessee stud. A couple pieces coming for them. The IDP Nation pod with Dougie last night on IDP Rated Live here this morning. Went my Davy Diamonds. Me and my son, we went and watched him ball out and everything. It's so super busy right now.
Yeah, it sounds like it. You're just doing everything, being everywhere. One of the things I want to shout out is Hollywood and I both are moderators of the Fantasy Football IDP subreddit. It's a great place to see a bunch of content, get your stuff to talk about IDP. So definitely check that out. Reddit.com, and then Fantasy Football IDP is the subreddit. We're working on building that up. So I wanted to give that shout out. Dougie, what do you got going?
Oh, Jesus, man. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Everything, man. Sometimes I get a little ahead of myself and get stuff going, then look up and remember I got all the other shit going on in life and everything. But as for the fantasy landscape, man, I've finally got the video series lined out for Fantasy Breakdown Theater. Finally got the editing tools that I want to use and sound effects and stuff lined out. So the guest list, man, just for the first week, it's completely insane. It's we've got Nate coming on Monday. We've got Mike Waller Tuesday. Wednesday we have FF Man Bun, DFF Shane, and Hollywood coming on to talk. We're talking Jags. We're talking let's see, Eagles and Titans all on Wednesday. Little 15-minute shows. And Thursday we have, I believe, Seahawks. Dan's going to try to come on Thursday. The following week I've got FF Hitman.
Nice.
Mike Wright from the Ballers. I've got him booked for next Wednesday to come on and talk some Cardinals. Come on and talk the new look Cardinals. So big things happening. That's going to be over there on the YouTube on that Rider Digest network. So big things happening. Busy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, Rider Digest Network. It's in our overlay. You can look it up on YouTube. Hit the bell. Be notified when we go live, when we drop videos. We're dropping videos all week long. Great content. We've got the F3 pod that goes through there. Dougie's Rated IDP Live. We got the Start Sits. We've got Tyler Ghee's Vital Fantasy Football Information, which comes out every week. He just did one on Jarvis Landry. Great stuff. Finally, for me, outside of all of the production I do for all these shows and everything, I just launched a T-shirt website, myfantasyfootballshirt.com. Get in there and check it out. We did a soft opening yesterday. There's a ton of designs up there. I've got to just finish filling it out, and then we're going to be adding designs daily to go up there. Right now, our major, I guess, fun design is the Gardner Minshew T-shirt, which hopefully will be hitting Dougie very soon. He ordered his. I got mine in the mail. Very nice, comfy T-shirts.
I'll tell you what I said last night on Rated IDP Live was once it hits the Oklahoma border, the Pony Express has to pick it up and bring it the rest of the way in. So
Gotcha.
It takes a little bit longer to get to Oklahoma. So everywhere else, you probably get it in a couple of days. You know what I mean? It's got to go the Underground Railroad, all that, and then it gets done.
Yeah, for sure. So someone asked, what's the website again? It is myfantasyfootballshirt.com. And I'm planning on having a great design for every team. I've got a bunch of stuff, and then we're doing partnerships. So if you are a podcast, brand, website, and you need someone to host your merch, we are doing partnerships where we will design, put the shirt up, sell it off the site, help you with marketing, and give you a cut of the profits. So it's a great way to get extra money for your podcast, brand, whatever. We're partnering up with the Dynasty Vipers. Looking forward to getting that going. I know that Coach has been needing some extra cash.
Are we going to change the logo? Are we going to keep the logo? I kind of like it now.
You like it now that it's been outed as a odd vagina?
I'd say we keep it.
Vagina. Maybe
like
we make it even more so.
I like it more. I say we blow it up.
Yep. Make a pink version of it.
Hey, cancer awareness. Pink. We love the ladies.
Yeah. Breast cancer awareness. Oh, okay.
Hey, Nate, I had a couple of questions come in, just DMs real quick.
Yeah. Hollywood's got some too. Why don't we do this? We got like 2 up that I can pull up, and then we can go through yours.
Okay,
And
cool.
then if anyone else out there has any questions, just send it through, and we will get to it. We hit every question. That is the name of the game, part of the show. So the first one's David Matula off of YouTube. He has Neville Hewitt versus Philly or Rashaan Evans versus Buffalo.
Is it at Buffalo?
That's a good question. I don't have.
Hey, we do this. This has happened to me both times I've been on the show. I need to get the schedule brought up.
Yeah,
Daryl,
I usually do
you got
that
any
beforehand.
I do. I don't ever do it.
Oh,
Right.
there you go.
It's at Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah, Titans are home today.
Okay. I'll go Hewitt. Yeah, I'm taking.
I think I will too.
Going Hewitt. Alrighty. Here we go from Periscope. Start Devin White or Todd Davis or Danny Trevathan. God, I've been talking to Joey too much. Trevathan.
Oh man, that's a good one.
Yeah, it might be a country accent overload too.
If I talk to you guys too much, my Carolina accent will come out.
What does that sound like?
I don't know. It's been 15 years since I lived there, but
It's just like riding a bike. I'm gonna go Todd Davis.
Todd Davis.
Yeah, I think I would have to as well.
Alrighty. There we go. Let's go with you, Hollywood. Why don't you kick off with one of your start set questions?
All right. Let's see. Get it over here. I had to refresh my page.
Womp womp.
Yeah. Okay, so if this thing will cooperate. He is wanting to know who should I start. Damian Williams, Will Fuller, or Jalen Samuels. And I don't know if it's PPR or what. He doesn't give any scoring or league size.
Will Fuller.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best play too. Williams, I don't know on health.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Samuels is the backup, so Fuller should start.
I think Williams is probably the backup too.
Yeah, you may be right, though.
It's my opinion.
Gotcha.
Sense.
So, question here. Hopkins last week put up not so good of a score. What do you think about him this week?
Firing him up.
I mean, auto start, but do you think he bounces back?
I do. That secondary in Atlanta. Yeah. Daryl mentioned this last night on the show. That secondary is banged up. Neal just went down again. They're reeling, man. I think this is going to be a high scoring affair. I put a little quiche. I could put a little quiche down on the over earlier. Yeah, I like this
like
one
a
to go
cheese
over.
quiche.
Yeah,
cheese and veggie quiche.
I have irritable bowel syndrome. I can't eat cheese.
Oh, so non-dairy quiche.
Nope. Yeah, but I think he bounces back in a huge way. Probably over 100, probably 9 catches, 10 catches, 120 yards,
nice,
10 yards. Yeah, I think he eats them up.
Nice, Dougie. Why don't you pick from your bag of tricks there? See who you got. I got another one coming from Dean Soder. We'll get to you right after Dougie. We'll just kind of round robin this.
Ooh, listen's man. Jamal Adams or Landon Collins from the Atypical PT. What's up, man? Wow. Thanks for the question.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is tough. God, that's tough. If you got them 2 decisions to make, I'd probably find a way to get both of them in my lineup. That's my honest opinion.
Yeah.
Unless it's just start one DB, and you ain't got a flex. If you really had to make a choice, whoo, Jesus.
Yeah,
let me get back to schedule here. Who's the Redskins got?
The Redskins are playing the Patriots. They're at home with the Patriots. And
Nope.
the Eagles.
Nope.
Oh,
Okay.
it's the Jets and
Jamal
the
Adams.
Eagles. Yeah, I think
Jamal
it's Jamal
Adams.
Adams for sure.
Yep. I stay away from anything that's involved with New England. Nope. Don't want nothing to do with it. Nope. Now, I'd still start Landon Collins if I had him, but in this case, I'd fire up Adams.
Yeah, if you can get both of those guys in your lineup somehow, that would be the ideal situation, I think. Depending on who else you got going. So let's kick this one off. Dean Soder, Tremaine Edmonds, or Jayon Brown? This one's in your wheelhouse there, Dougie.
Oh man, two of my favorite players in the league, man. Man, I have these two on a lot of lineups. Who's this? Doug Bevel? Soder. Okay. Tremaine Evans. Rashawn Evans is kind of coming on of late, taking away just a tackle or two of here. I ain't saying they both. I'm just saying maybe a tackle or two taken away from Edmonds leans me more to that side, so I'll go ahead.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Hollywood.
Yes.
From your little.
All right. So he wants to 16-team league that starts 3 to 4 linebackers. Says it could use some depth at linebacker. Who's the beneficiary of Burfict's suspension? Nick Morrow, Justin Phillips, Dakota Allen.
Nick Morrow.
Yeah, Nick Morrow.
Yeah, I think so too.
Although Dougie is really hoping for Dakota Allen there.
Yeah, no, I kind of figured he might say him, but yeah, Nick Morrow's where I was at.
Hey, after he got cut and stuff, I had to temper those expectations and realize I'm just being a damn fanboy and got to put the analyst hat on, So I hope Gruden did talk highly of him after the very first practice. Talked real highly of him playing against the offense, the ones on offense. Said he really stuck out. So and it's not like he's got a lot in his way. So
right.
I expect him to get some snaps. I'd add him. I mean, just as a dart. Morrow's banged up quite often too.
There you go. Who you got next, Dougie? Uh-oh. Did Dougie freeze on us?
I don't think.
Are the kids playing Fortnite in the background?
I think he's froze.
Yeah, it looks like it. All right, so
like a statue.
Let's see if he comes back. But I got a question off of Periscope here.
Okay.
I don't know if this is DST or just straight up, but Titans or Eagles? I guess who wins their game? Or which defense are you starting? Hey, there's Dougie.
Titans or Eagles? I know it's kind of a homer pick, but Titans have been playing lights out here lately.
Yeah. How about
when they get it cranked up, they're as good as anybody.
Yeah, Bills just barely lost to the Patriots, right? Last week, wasn't it? Do you think they can keep that momentum going?
It's possible because the Titans, they lose to who you think they would beat, and then they beat who you think they should lose to. So, but the defense is probably where they're hanging their hat. I mean, last week they give up an early score, and then after that they just shut everything down. So once they get going, I like them. But yeah, Bills has a chance.
Gotcha. Okay, and then Eagles. I feel like is Darnold. Darnold's not playing yet, right? He just got.
No, he should be out. He's
out one more week, so there's quality chance that Eagles should win that game. So, do you like their defense?
I do. I think you got to start that, especially that front line. Barnett, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham. I think you get those guys in there because Luke Falk, he's going to have that deer in the headlights look still.
Yeah.
and I just don't know that they can protect him a whole lot.
Yeah. So I got clarification. It is which D to start, and so I think we just pretty much answered that in the fact that you got to start the Eagles D against that backup quarterback in New York. But Dougie, did you kick your kid off of Fortnite?
Yeah, they were on the skate. They were on, get off the damn shed. We got a little satellite up there and hit it with a football. They'll get up there and go get. Nah, anyway. Did y'all hear the tight end question?
No,
From Atypical? It was Jeremy Sprinkle or Noah Fant.
Fant.
Okay.
Going Fant?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going Sprinkle. You want to break the tie?
I actually want to hear about Sprinkle because I've got him in the fishbowl, and I lost out on DK Metcalf points, and I got Devontae Adams, who's out. So I need kind of I need some points. Do you like Sprinkle or Sneed?
I like Sprinkle. To be honest with you, I think he was already involved. I know he wasn't getting a lot of targets, but he was already involved in the offense when Vernon Davis was active. And now I expect him to take that Vernon Davis role, which was already a pretty heavily targeted role. And Colt McCoy is starting today.
Yeah.
Captain Checkdown. I mean, we're talking Alex Smith Jr. here. It's going to be a Chris Thompson and Jeremy Sprinkle show for the Washington Redskins with the Patriots. Oh, and a good friend of mine here just told me, I don't have confirmation on this, but Patrick Chung is out for the Pats.
Ooh,
so
okay.
That's another added bonus for Sprinkle. I'm firing him up. I've got him at tight end 8 right now for the week.
I saw that on Twitter.
And I can move him up another spot or two. I wanted to, but I was being a realistic. So I left him in 8 for this week, but I'm firing him up everywhere.
Okay.
And it was in a lot of the leagues, Nate, that I suffered the TJ Hawkinson loss.
Okay.
When that was a big loss for me. I've drafted him in a lot of places. And we all know how tight end is. So,
and don't you think everybody was either a Hawkinson or a Fant fan? Nobody kind of like both.
Yep, without a doubt.
Yeah. So you lost Hawkinson? I thought he's coming back like fairly.
Well, yeah, for like the week, for like just this week. Like I like Sprinkle.
Oh,
I don't
because of the bye.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. No, I as a Lions fan, I was like, what information
is he coming back after the bye though, Nate? I didn't know that.
I thought it was just a couple weeks. He dodged IR. And
okay, cool.
I don't know if
I didn't know about the shoulder.
Yeah. I'm still concerned about the shoulder. I just haven't heard anything definitive, and that's why
I ain't either.
Curious. Yeah. But let's pull this one off of Facebook. Jose Vega, Gallman versus Minnesota, or McCoy versus the Colts. Full PPR.
McCoy.
Who was the first one again?
Gallman. I think you guys talked about this guy on Rated IDP last night.
Who's that?
Gallman.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I like him a lot. I think he's the only thing that got. I believe they said he's seen 6 targets, 56 or caught 6 balls. I don't know how many targets he's seen, but I believe he was involved everywhere. Daniel Jones, a little bit more athletic, a little sneaky athletic there. They don't leave a spy on him. It kind of throws the defense off. So you take away that spy, put it on the running back, he runs the bootleg. So you don't leave the spy on him. You can hit the draw play. So I think he opens stuff up. I like him. I like him this week. I think Barkley wants to come back next week for the Thursday night game.
Yeah, I heard that.
So if you have Gallman, you better use him.
Yeah,
I got him.
Yeah, now's the time. That's for sure.
Yeah. That cheese is starting to get hard over them eggs. Better eat it while it's still stringy, baby.
Nice. All right, Hollywood, what do you got?
Okay, so let's see. This guy's getting a trade offer for Carson and Boyer. I'm assuming that's supposed to be Poyer, maybe?
Like voyeur is in watching
Clint
someone as
Boyer,
they.
17 car.
No,
Got the
not
deep wall car.
I'm assuming this is Poyer for Buffalo. I think it was misspelled. He says Carson and Boyer, so I'm going to say Poyer in exchange for Littleton, Godwin, and David Johnson. And he would still have Weddle, Bell, Johnson, and Tremaine Edmonds at DB, but I have to drop one of them. It's kind of a crazy question. No, it's not very clear.
So Poyer.
I feel like I need one of them
Yeah.
boys with some tacks and some yarn.
That one's not real clear, so let's look at.
Yeah. Let's stick to start sits. We can do trade questions on another show.
Yeah, that one wasn't too clear. Let's see what this one is. This one I think we hit last night a little bit, Dougie. Devin Kennard worth holding in a deep league through his bye. 20 teams start 9 IDPs. I think we all said no. And I asked him what he had on waivers, and he said nothing great. Eric Harris, Morrow, Mayo, Cashman, Nichols, May, and Deontay Thompson are the best names available.
Oh, yeah, I go get Deontay Thompson maybe.
Yeah.
If I was in a bind.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I'm looking. Looks like he's pretty thin on the waivers.
Yeah, Kennard he's putting up some numbers, but I mean he's an outside linebacker. That's gonna be hit and miss. Lines are doing great for getting pressure, but
I made a public service. I made a public service announcement last night about the outside linebacker. By the way, I'm having to start Barrett and Merciless in a couple of leagues, so the meltdown's coming. The consistency's over. This is it.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I've had a couple leagues where I've had to drop into that whole thing. One of them was I slept through the draft, and Yahoo is terrible with IDP drafts. I got nothing. So I've just been building my team off the waiver. I'm 2-2 in this league. So it's been working for the most part. Sean last year did the same thing, and he couldn't even get one win out of the whole season. But I've got 2. So, I can't fault anyone for trying it out at this point. Going with these hot hands, but come week 10, week 11, when you're trying to make a push into the playoffs, guaranteed these guys are going to fail you. There's going to be regression to the mean with these guys at the end of the year. The consistent guys are going to be the good plays, but week to week, if you can ride that wave, it's a dangerous one, that's for sure. So we're starting to build up here some questions, but Dougie, give me one more.
I've got. Well, it's one question. Are you starting Roquan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
That was it. What I had in the hopper.
Yeah. No, that's a good question too, because we were concerned after last week. But whatever the problems were, because Johnny and I were keeping close tabs on this, whatever the problems were, he's pretty much said it's cleared up, and he's good to go. And originally we thought that there was some sort of like drunken car crash. That was debunked. So I don't see any reason not to. I was part of the wave that picked up Nick Kwiatkowski, and pretty much I burned waiver wire priority for no good reason off that guy, because the couple leagues I had Roquan in, I needed to get someone that could fill in. So I was kind of forced.
And I don't think that was the wrong move.
Yeah, because I picked him up as well in a few places.
Yeah.
I think that was like literally one of the most meaningful handcuffs in all of IDP. I mean, you see what the guy does whenever Roquan's not in town,
right.
Taking snaps, So I wouldn't knock you for it, homie. I think you made the right move, especially if you had him on your roster. If you had Roquan on your roster.
Yeah, no, for sure. So luckily, we got Roquan back. So I think the difference between Roquan and Kwiatkowski is probably 10 points. You kind of cap the bleeding, so to say, with Kwiatkowski, but with Roquan, that's a league winner. That's a game winner right there. But all right, so let's pull here. We got Antonio De Hoyos, Anwasor, Todd Davis, or Rashawn Evans. Start 2.
Who was the first one?
Patrick
Peanut.
Onwuasor.
Ooh, I would go.
Onwusaurus Rex.
I'd go Davis and Evans.
Who's the Titans got, Daryl?
Buffalo.
I took my.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I agree with Daryl.
All right. Let's see. Let's pull one from over here. So Justin Reed, Landon Collins, Tyron Matthew. Rank them. Put them in order. Reed, Collins, Honey Badger.
Collins, Reed, Honey Badger.
All righty.
Reed, Collins, Badger.
So Badger's definitive third, and then split between Reed and Collins. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Let's see. At FF Matthew Schlow. Carlos Hyde versus Atlanta. Ronald Jones versus New Orleans. Jalen Samuels versus Baltimore, PPR. Hyde, Rojo, Samuels. Who do you like?
I'm going to go with Rojo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dear
I think I am.
Y'all
Gonna do it.
Y'all gonna make me pick Ronald Jones. That's it. I'm done with these shows, man. I'm done with it. This is the last straw. I told Nate, the day I got to pick Ronald Jones, it's Ronald Jones.
Riding off into the distance off of that one. All right.
Yep. Get a hold of me for your crow jerky orders.
All right. So McCoy, Damian, or Hyde. Full PPR, pick one. High points game, KC, or more carries for Hyde?
McCoy, Damian, or Hyde?
I'm actually hedging my bet on the Kansas City game. I don't know. I would, on paper, you'd think it's going to be a high scoring game, but the Colts have a decent defense.
Yeah,
but they shredded the Lions' defense. Well, kind of shredded the Lions' defense. So I think they can put it through. A superb offense can always beat a defense, no matter how good it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I'm going McCoy. I'm going McCoy. Yeah.
I think I agree with Doug. I go McCoy too.
Alrighty.
Kind of seems I'm kind of high on McCoy this week, huh?
Seems like it.
Seems deja vu. I've said his name like 14 times this morning.
So 2 points per tackle. Bethea, Edmonds, or Woods. Pick two. Xavier Woods.
Is that Terrell Edmonds or Tremaine?
DB. So Terrell?
Oh, definitely Terrell. Definitely Terrell. Terrell's my number 3 DB this week.
Yeah, he's been growing on me too, so I would go Terrell too. I think Devin Bush has helped that defense a lot.
And then what were the other two? Right?
Bethea and Xavier Woods. 2 points per tackle.
I go Bethea over Woods.
Pick two.
Yeah, I go Bethea too because I'm pretty sure Xavier Woods, he's been banged up. He's just now coming back. I don't expect there'd be a terrible lot of throwing in that Packers Cowboys game. So yeah, give me Bethea.
Gotcha. All right. And then last one off of Periscope for now. Frank Clark or Sam Hubbard.
Ooh.
Sam Hubbard.
Yeah, I think I'm going Hubbard.
He's going against Arizona.
Yeah.
We
You
know
got- I think you
how
got
many
to.
offensive plays they play. We know
Yeah.
how many
Yeah.
snaps them guys take.
Yeah,
And
I'd go Hubbard.
snaps equal straps, baby.
So question here, Frank
There's your
Clark.
T-shirt.
Snaps equals straps. I feel like that would be like when I think of straps, I think of like being
Oh, well, that's
strapped.
because you're a gangster. You're hood.
Oh,
I
I'm
have
hood.
bobcats on the wall.
Oh.
Got a bobcat on the wall. I love that. That's your T-shirt there, Dougie. I got a bobcat
There
on the
we
wall.
I have bobcats on the wall.
Oh man. So question about Frank Clark. Last year he was great. Going into this year, everyone put him in the top defensive ends. What do you think? Does he come back? Does he make some great games? Build up a pattern here and
He's
come
in a
back?
3-4 defense. He's a bookend on the 3-4 defense, and we all know the 3-4 defense has the outside guy as well.
Yep.
You in terms, you'd think as an NFL fan, you'd think, okay, outside pressure means that somebody else would be getting less attention on them. Well, not when that outside pressure is bringing more attention over to your side. So you get extra blockers on your side. Therefore, your bookend 3-4 defensive ends don't produce like a 4-3 defensive end.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay, so what do you do with Frank Clark? Are we start to transition?
You should have traded him when we told you to trade him in the offseason when he got signed.
Well, so everyone, there's been some split there because if you look at some of the other stuff we put out, some stuff Johnny's put out, he's been saying caution. He'll come back. But what is, it's good to have multiple points of view and for people to make their own decisions. This is your team, not ours. But
right.
So you're saying see if you can package him and get rid of him.
Yeah, I own him in 0 leagues. I own him in no leagues. I don't own Frank Clark anyway. Matter of fact, I don't believe I own a single 3-4 defensive end in any leagues. Maybe a couple of leagues that I've orphaned it and I've had to take it over and I can't risk. Perfect examples, guys like Stephon Tuitt, Cameron Hayward, the guys in Pittsburgh. They are great. They are 100% amazing defensive ends in the NFL, but they're bookend 3-4 defensive ends. They play with a guy on the outside, like TJ Watt, who you think going to get all the attention, but if he's the quickest one off the damn snap, or vice versa, then they get the attention. So it's hard to determine those 3-4 defensive ends. I'm not a fan of them and never have been.
Right.
I don't own them.
Here's a quick list of inactives. Devin Singletary is out. Jalen Ramsey's inactive. Christian Kirk is inactive. Kenny Stills, Rex Burkhead, Terrell Williams, and a few others that everybody knew, Keenum and Adams and Barkley and Jackson. But yeah, kind of interesting that Singletary is inactive.
Yeah.
Akeem Hicks is active, though.
Frank Gore, baby. Frank Gore.
Yeah, Frank Gore is a big play today.
Feed that goat, baby. Feed that goat. Goat's hungry.
So we got a offensive question here. Keyshawn Johnson, D.D. Westbrook, Robbie Anderson. Start one for his flex.
I'm going to say Keyshawn Johnson.
I'm going to go with D.D. Westbrook and...
Oh, I didn't hear the D.D.
Yeah,
the Lord and Jesus Christ himself, Gardner Minshew, throwing to him.
Oh, help me.
Oh, boy. Yep, there it is. All right.
Hey, I got one of my own right here that I'm trying to decide right now. My own lineup. See if y'all guys can help me. Levante David, Jayon Brown. Yeah, Levante David or Jayon Brown. Which one y'all start?
Oh, man. I think David is the more talented, but he's just not been doing a whole lot lately. That's a tough
Yeah.
one.
And at New Orleans, David's at Levante David's at the Saints with Teddy Bridgewater, and then Jayon Brown's versus Buffalo at home. I got Jayon in right now. Y'all think that's a call or Levante? This is tough. I don't know who to pick.
It is.
Yeah, that's
Flipping a quarter it is, boys.
yeah. I think that's what it is. I think I'm going Jayon because I think he's been doing better this year.
Yep.
Both of those teams are going to be running. Kamara maybe more on the outside.
would agree.
Where Frank Gore is going to be, I mean, just up the gut.
Good point. Good point. Good point.
And then you've got Bridgewater. I don't know if I trust his arm as much as what's his face there, Allen. Josh Allen.
Good points, Nick.
Yeah,
Jayon Brown, it is.
I would agree with that.
There you go.
That boy.
Here we go from Facebook. Devontae Freeman or Wayne Gallman? Yeah.
Freeman.
Yeah. How far he's fallen.
Yeah.
Compared to Wayne Gallman. I remember when Freeman was an auto start, man.
Oh my, man, that's
I am that many years old.
Oh wow.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Let's see here. So 2 points per tackle. He needs one defensive lineman. He's got Nick Williams, and available is Hicks, Dunlap, Noddy, and Jones, Linval. Jones, Kansas City, and Chris Jones, I'm assuming.
Oh, it's Chris Jones. It's
Yes.
without a doubt. Smash
Chris
it.
Jones.
You need to run up there and hope nobody else hears you say that Chris Jones is available.
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah, I definitely like Chris
Your
Jones.
little
Last
fingers
year,
run to the computer.
one of my leagues, Chris Jones was the number 2 overall points maker last year. That was the what is it? The eliminator there, Dougie. That we were in. We drafted. I looked. He was number 2 behind Patrick Mahomes in scoring in that league.
Wow.
So he's got the stats and yeah. Jayon Brown or Kyle Van Noy.
Brown.
All right. Reed or Fitzpatrick?
Fitzpatrick.
All righty.
Reed.
Ooh.
Uh-oh, you got to break the tie.
Let's see. Fitzpatrick.
That's that Houston. That's that Houston Atlanta game. I think it's going to be through the roof. So.
Yeah. Who does? What are we looking at here? Where is Pittsburgh? Steelers, Ravens. Oh, but I like the Ravens too for that. I would probably go. Reed is on Houston or on Atlanta?
Yes.
Houston. Okay. I think I'm going Fitzpatrick because I'm not liking Matt Ryan this year. And I think that Lamar could get the ball into that second level easier than Ryan for this year. That is, but I think it's close. That's my my thoughts on that. Jonas Horn off of Facebook. Khalil Mack or Anthony Walker at linebacker?
Mack, start Mack. He is going to eat.
Who do they
Yep,
get?
he's going to
The
eat
Raiders?
Oakland alive.
Yeah. This is the week to do that for sure.
I expect that Khalil Mack woke up this morning and was foaming at the mouth already.
Woke up
Hey,
feeling
excuse me,
dangerous.
guys. Hey, Nate, check your DMs, buddy.
Yeah, I saw that. All right, we got a little. Dougie's going on break for about 10 minutes. I think he's got a puff of smoke or something. So it's gonna be me and you here for
That's
just a
fine.
little
We
bit.
got this.
Eric H asks Tom Brady or Carson Wentz.
Wentz.
Wentz. Yeah, against the Jets for sure. I think.
Yeah, I think you got to.
I'm trying to think here. So Brady. I don't know. I mean, I think they've got a better running game than the Patriots this year. So. Let's see here. Jesse Torres, DJ Moore, Royce Freeman, Sooner Johnson.
Suter Johnson. I don't know who that is.
Is that Keyshawn Johnson?
Maybe.
Was he? What's that? Oklahoma Sooner?
Yes, I believe so.
So I'm. Wait. This is flex. I have David Johnson. I literally have no
David
idea.
Johnson.
Could it be David Johnson? It's a flex, so it could be a wide receiver or a running back.
Ugh.
I just think that David Johnson would be an auto start, wouldn't he?
I would think so, yeah.
And
Should
going
be.
against the Bengals. Royce Freeman.
I think who's Carolina got? They have Jacksonville. So you know what? I don't know. I kind of like DJ Moore.
DJ Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Carolina's at home. They got Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
I know that defense will get after them a little bit, but I like Moore.
Yeah, I'd love to know which Johnson.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I think if it's David Johnson, that's a must start.
Right. And we have fielded some questions about Keyshawn Johnson. So if it's Keyshawn Johnson from Steelers.
Johnson. Oh, man. I see his name. Hey, Johnson. Does that sound right? I know who I can see the guy, but I still think I go with Moore either way.
Yeah, Deontay Johnson. That would have been easier to type out than Deontay is less letters than from Steelers.
Right.
We won't go there. Let's see. We had a couple DMs that I think we were fielding.
Okay.
Eric. Let's see. Pick 2 PPR. Freeman, Singletary, Gallman. I think we know the answer to this, and Singletary's out.
Yes, he's inactive today.
Yeah, so Freeman and Gallman is the answer to that one. Pick 2, Preston Smith, Quincy Williams, Rashaan Evans.
Williams and Evans.
All right. PPR, Miles Sanders or Ronald Jones?
I'm going Rojo.
Rojo on that one. Yeah, I saw your answers there. Let's see. Here's one from Snacks IDP, Matt Albert, friend of the show, friend of the network. He's got a defensive end question. It's 2 points per tackle, 1.2 points for tackle for loss, 8 for a sack, and 4 for pass defense. He's asking Nick Bosa versus Cleveland, Jerry Hughes versus Tennessee, or Josh Allen versus Carolina. So Bosa, Hughes, Allen. Baby Bosa.
Baby Bosa. And who do they have? Baby Bosa?
Cleveland.
Cleveland. Ooh. I don't like Hughes against Tennessee because we get Taylor Lewan back today. Who was the third one?
Josh Allen versus Carolina.
I take Josh Allen. Less experienced quarterback. Yeah, I'd go there.
Gotcha. see. Levon G asks Quincy Williams, Miles Jack, Thomas Davis, Anthony Walker, Devin White. Needs 2. I feel like
Probably,
Devin White, you have to start. Is that
yeah, kind of.
if he's available? He
Yeah, if he's
seems like
available, I think you gotta go with him. And then I think you probably go with Jack,
Jack.
Miles Jack. Yeah,
I haven't. I don't have him on any leagues. How's he been doing?
I don't think
Since
he's been
getting
doing.
thrown out
Yeah,
of that game.
I don't think he's done what everybody's expected this season, but I think he's the better play.
Mm-hmm.
I think their front line has been doing most of the heavy lifting and the secondary.
Yeah. All right, so that kind of wraps up that. I got some questions here now. Eric H. off YouTube. Superflex. Chase Daniel, Mason Rudolph, or Kyle Allen, 4 points per touchdown.
Chase Allen. Ooh, I think I go Allen for Carolina.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
What do you think
so.
of? Let's see. What are we gonna call? What's his nickname gonna be? Little Daniel Dimes, Baby Daniel Dimes. What do you think of him out there stepping in for the biscuit? Trubisky?
I don't. That's a tough one. I don't think anything changes a lot with him from Trubisky. Now Trubisky's more more
Do you think
athletic.
it's better game, like better game out of Chase Daniel than Trubisky? I don't like Trubisky. Like I stay.
See, I'm not a big Trubisky guy either. I think he'll be fine. I mean, the only thing I like about Trubisky, yeah, he gives you a little more running than McDaniel does, Chase.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm with you. I'm all right with Chase.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Damian Williams or Devontae Freeman, Diggs or Allen Robinson, PPR. So one from each group. Diggs or Allen Robinson, Williams or Freeman.
I think you go with Diggs. I think his chirping, I think they try to feed him. So I think you go with Diggs. Who was the first two?
Damian Williams or Devontae Freeman.
And I think just because Freeman has a clear path as the starter, I think you got to go with him.
All right. Devontae Freeman or Calvin Ridley, PPR.
Ooh, it's a tough one. I like Ridley better. Oh man, that's a tough one. I think you still got to go Freeman. I think.
Gotcha. All right. All right. I was trying to see if I had the ability to get into one of these statement games. Tonight we are hosting the IDP guys host the Sunday night game on Statement Games, where you can compete and it's a Vegas style betting tournament, DFS style, where you pick statements based on betting odds and rank them 1 to 10, and the number you rank them at is basically your confidence points. The more points you win, the better you do in the tournament. Statement Games is giving away a Patrick Mahomes jersey this week because of the Kansas City Colts game, and I've been playing a lot of that because I really want this jersey. So for anyone out there that wants to play, have a chance at this beautiful Patrick Mahomes jersey, go to idpguys.org. The banner it's the Statement Games. Click that. That'll bring you in to statementgames.com and let them know that you came through us so that we get credit for it. And join the game. It's a free game to play. You get free coins every day if you spin the wheel. There's all different kinds of sports. So it's a year-round game that you can play. And it's been fun. It's not as intense as say like the normal DFS where you're trying to beat the algorithms and all that kind of stuff. I've been
Right.
playing this for a few weeks now, and I've ranked. I've won contests before. I've ranked high generally every time I play. It's a fun game that I enjoy. Let's see. Actually, let's pull up.
I'm gonna have to check it out. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, for sure. I think you got until 3 o'clock today to get into the tonight's game. And like
Okay.
I said, just go through idpguys.org. That banner at the top brings you right in, gives us credit, and join the game. It's fun. I've played now 3 different contests in this tournament, so I'm trying to really get that jump. Week 1, Joey the Tooth and Dougie were battling it out. They tied for a tournament win for a Jamie Collins jersey, and
Oh wow.
Joey ended up coming out on top. So
Nice.
that was good stuff. So we've got another question from Eric H here: T.J. Watt or Devin Bush?
Devin Bush for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has been playing lights out. He is as good as everybody thought he would be, and maybe better.
Wow. So, a little anecdote here. I was in a draft in a what's it? Not a normal draft, a auction draft, where I was bidding against a U of M fan for Devin Bush, and it went past my budget, which ended up being something like 400% of
Oof.
what linebackers were going for. So Devin White went for about I think $150. Devin Bush was over 400 in
Wow.
price to get him off the auction. It was annoying because I would think that I'd get it, and then boom, you got raised $5. Boom, and we just kept going for like a week, back and forth. And I was ready to go all in. I needed a linebacker, and Devin Bush was the guy I was targeting in this league, and I just went. It was Katie Flowers,
Oh
huge U of M fan.
yeah.
She was willing to overpay, and she had more money than I did. So, but
It works that way sometimes.
yeah, but I got the only Devin I ended up getting was White.
Ah.
So, but yeah, that's so everyone out there, get your questions in. We're gonna keep taking them. I think Dougie should be
Yep.
back soon.
Okay, I'll check Reddit, make sure.
Yeah, see if there's anything on Reddit.
Some of these I've already answered, but I can run them by you.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
see
see.
here.
Discuss them.
This is one that we talked about on IDP Nation. I'm kind of curious. The guy asked, it's Soren YX, or however you say it.
Sure.
Anyway, he says, at what point do you consider benching Aaron Donald? 1.5 points per tackle, 3/4 for assists, 2 for a loss, 6 for interceptions, 4 for sacks, and 4 for fumbles. And he has Ogunjobi and Ashawn Robinson, who he's been starting consistently over Donald. I don't think we don't drop Donald, I don't think.
No.
But you can sit him, is where I was at.
You were saying that you can sit him?
Yeah, you can sit him.
Yeah. How did he do this week?
I think he had a sack
against Seattle. Yeah, I thought he got a sack.
Yeah.
I was thinking that he was kind of on his way to bouncing back a little bit.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think I like Ogunjobi for the consistency right now. And then if Donald is up against a poor offensive line, I would be starting him and then seeing how that goes, riding the wave. Um, it's I I know I've got Donald a lot of places, and he's just
I
not a
do
guy
too.
that I don't think about benching him because literally any game he could go off. And
Well,
but this is also the nature of a defensive end. You know, they don't get consistent tackles, and they're reliant on the sacks, and that's why
right.
they're kind of sequestered there as DEs
Yeah.
because you know they're in a group of a bunch of other inconsistent players. So I
Right.
I mean it's been a shitty year for some of these bigger names
Yeah.
that should be top of the league. Do you think that Donald um, can still fight for number one defensive end? Can he
I
come
think
back?
so. I mean, I think he can, but me and Dan, we talked about this a lot. Um, he's like Calais Campbell and J.J. Watt. He's off to a slow start,
Yeah.
and they've started bouncing back. So I think this is sort of similar to him,
Mm-hmm.
but also people don't realize just how much of an impact Ndamukong Suh had there.
Yeah. Yeah. I was
He's
talking
going
to
to
John
miss
about
him.
that. Yeah.
I mean, that's big when you have to account for two players like that. That makes a big difference. Now, I do think Donald's good enough that he's an elite player. He can carry on his own. But like I told Dan, I said, you got to go all the way back to the offseason when I wrote up a piece on 20 sacks means
Yeah.
you've peaked. And I think Aaron Donald has peaked. Can he get back there again? I don't know. History tells us no, because there's only been one person repeat 20 sacks, and that was J.J. Watt.
Mm-hmm.
All the others have never gotten back to that mark. So I think, for me, I think that's as high as he will ever be. And I even wrote a piece. If you were going to trade him, that was the time to trade him because his value would have never been higher. And now with this slow start, you're kind of seeing that. Everybody was expecting a repeat of last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's not happening. He's off to a slow start. And now they're just, they don't know what to do with him. I
Right.
think he'll be fine. If you keep him, I think you'll be fine. He'll get back to the normal Donald, but I don't expect him to hit last year's.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think that you're definitely right there. If I had him in Dynasty and he had peaked like that, the other thing I've got to say is these are real people. They know that they're not being
Right.
successful.
Right.
So they're gonna be thinking about, okay, what do I need to change? It's like game planning. The beginning of the year, you figure out what's going on, and then you adjust in the second part of the year. You've made those adjustments, and teams either are able to still keep you down, or you're gonna get through and have a
Right.
good season overall. And that's kind of the thing is, in the end, are these guys that started off slow going to come back and be overall these top plays? It sucks week to week because right now, even with some of these guys like trying coming back up, like you mentioned, Calais Campbell, J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt,
Right.
I actually benched for a while and was waiting for
I did too.
to see some action out of him, and now he's back in my lineup. But now is when we're kind of having these questions, and by week 10, we should know. We should know, okay,
Yeah.
this isn't working, or this is working. They're going to make the bounce back and everything. So, and then
One of the craziest things.
Yep.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go.
Go ahead. Well, it just hit me, another piece that I wrote on, and I had to write it because it was crazy that these slow starts, Campbell, Watt, Donald, owners kept saying, do I drop him? Do I drop these guys? No. Even if this continues, this slow start, don't drop him, trade him. The name recognition, somebody will trade you something for him.
Yeah.
I mean, they have value. It's not like it's a fourth string linebacker who just played for a week or two.
Yep.
You can get something out of these. If you want to move them and you don't trust them anymore, trade them. Somebody will give you something for them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even if you're just getting picks out of it,
right.
Once you drop them, you're literally just resigned to not get anything from them. So getting some sort of value if you're considering dropping these guys. To me, I try and drop someone else.
I would too. I mean,
if I can avoid the getting, letting these guys off my rosters, especially if it's a dynasty. Think about
Yeah.
the amount of times players just have a down year, and
Right.
dynasty is supposed to be, you're thinking years and not weeks. So why would you drop, these top tier guys because they're having some bad weeks here and there in
Right.
one particular season? We got Dougie back. Oh, look at you.
What's up? On location.
Location. Would you have to go to work?
No, I got a mama cow down in the pasture waiting on the vet to show up. So I thought I'd jump on it to see more questions before I had to
Gotcha. I think I heard the cow moo in the background.
I thought that was Dougie.
Yep.
All right.
So we do have another question off of Twitter here. Tim Lucier, he asks Neville Hewitt or Quincy Williams.
So,
Give me Quincy Williams.
yeah, I think I'd go Williams too. Yeah.
There it is. All right, we got that question answered. Oh man. Oh, so Dougie, let's bring you in on this conversation a little bit. We were talking about Aaron Donald, Calais Campbell, who else? J.J. Watt, starting off slow, and people asking us about dropping them. And we said, first off, don't just drop these guys. They've got name recognition. You should be able to get something. Dropping them just means like I will give you this guy for free. But in dynasty leagues, with these guys having, just some bumps in the road this season in dynasty being so, looking for the future, absolutely no way you're getting rid of these guys, right? Would you be trading an Aaron Donald right now, a J.J. Watt, a Calais Campbell? You did talk about Frank Clark trading him, so and Hollywood wrote a piece about in dynasty format before this year would have been your peak to trade Donald. What's your thoughts there?
Yeah, and I remember reading that piece and completely agreed with it, but sometimes things happen. You miss your windows, you miss your chances, and then you get into these situations where they become throw-ins. That's the thing with IDPs. You don't get the IDP players at their absolute most peak. You're not going to sell IDP players especially to somebody just joining IDP leagues and people you're trying to get used to it. It don't have the name value as offensive guys do. So with guys like J.J. Watt that do have kind of the namesake there, you got to wait on the week that he, throws down 2 sacks, and it'll come. The week will come that it is. And if you do have them worries, then you got to be patient. That's the main thing in dynasty, that it takes patience, and it takes a while to learn that. It don't come overnight, and you can preach rebuild all you want, but until you're in 25 leagues, those rebuilds get pretty tough to do. Whenever you're only in about 4 or 5, a rebuild's pretty hard to do in fantasy football, So you got to wait, and unless you want to, like I said, package them, with somebody that does have that namesake at the minute, like Barrett. If you want to put Barrett and say Donald together, and maybe come at them with, hey man, look, I got your future and I got your present. Maybe 2 names together like that makes both of them more valuable. Maybe something like that. But outside of something like that, man, you got to sit back and wait until the big weeks come, then jump on it.
Yep.
Absolutely. So we've got one from Twitter here. Flex, PPR, DJ Moore, or Joe Mixon?
Mixon.
Yeah, Mixon.
Yeah.
Alrighty. All right, so last call for questions. We're going to wrap this up here shortly. I got lineups to fix because I got Devontae Adams everywhere. And so send us your questions. We've been, piecing through all the Twitters. We've got Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, all those streams going right now. So hit us up with those last minute questions. Let's do Dougie. So you got FF Hitman, Mike Wright for your. It's kind of the culmination of what you did for the summer camps, but you're kind of taking it a little further into the season. Tell us a little more about this series you're gonna do and how you got the Hitman.
Man, well, see, I had this idea during the off season where I love talking to people, meeting new people. It's fun to me, man. People that I'd never have the chance to meet in my life if it wasn't for fantasy football and this Twitter machine, man, and everything. So I just love meeting new people, man. And I'm not scared to reach out, hit them up in the DM, man. Just ask them how their day. I mean, I'll ask them how their day's going, for every day out of the week for a month or something. Just ask them, what's up. Just shoot the shit, and then ask them if they want to jump on the show, and make it convenient for them. That's one thing with the big dogs, man. you gotta work around their schedule, and a guy like Mike Wright, man, he gets paid to do this stuff. So he's whenever he says I got to do it when I'm at work, that means whenever he's on the clock. So you got to kind of circumcise his schedule. So I told him we'd do it.
Or circumnavigate.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Tomato, tomato.
About, clipping
tomato, tomato. Yeah. So, and man, I've been doing this a long time, man. I've been doing it, 12, 13 years is when I first stuck my foot in the door, and I've built some relationships, man, and got a long laundry list of friends that have my back whenever I need something or have one of my wild ass ideas. Sometimes they're good ones, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that sounds fun, man. For sure, let's do it." So every now and then one hits, and you get somebody like Mike Wright to actually return your DM.
Yeah, that's for sure. Nice. So we got a couple questions did pop in. Kenny Clark or Cameron Hayward?
Kitty Clark.
Yes. Clark.
Lots of Ezekiel Elliott. Lots of Zeke.
Yeah.
And then the battle of the DJs. DJ Moore or DJ Chark?
Ooh.
He's like, ooh. I'm going to.
I trust our Lord and Jesus Christ.
Mr. Minshew?
Mr. Minshew more than I do that Josh Allen's second cousin, whatever his name is, Kyle.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. So, I'm going to go Chark too.
There it is. We got one from Yellow Elephant off of YouTube. Okay. He says he loves the show. Who do y'all start? PPR, Tyler Boyd, Alshon Jeffrey.
Ooh, Boyd.
Boyd?
Yeah, I think
it's Boyd for me too, and I love elephants.
There it is. All righty. Let's see. So I think we might have Hollywood on the Statement Games kick here. Hopefully he's going to go.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out.
Yeah, go to idpguys.org, click that banner, get into Statement Games. Dougie, you're in the Kansas City Colts game contest tonight, right? For
hell yeah, I am.
Yeah.
That's hell yeah. I'm coming for that jersey.
Yeah,
I'm coming
so
for that one.
What's your strategy on that? I'm thinking I've kind of hedged my bet. I've put a couple entries in. One of them where it's a over the top game. One of them where it's a little moderate. With what is it? 57.5 points.
Wow.
Yep. Yep.
Are you taking the over on that or the under?
Oh, that's the one I didn't select. I didn't pick it.
It was a tough one.
Yep. I chose a couple of the. Yep, I went on the. I went a couple of the unders with the turnovers. I don't see a lot of turnovers happening. Kind of kept the yards down a little bit, but that score, man, I have no idea what that. Nope.
Yeah, that's a tough one. And then they're what is it? Colts are getting 10.5 points.
Yeah. Or was it 10.5? Yeah.
It was double
Yeah.
digits. So that was that's big. Man, that's gonna be a fun game. I think Johnny and I are probably gonna go to like Buffalo Wild Wings and watch that game with some chicken. Which should be a good time. But let's see.
Hey,
Let's do
that's
some.
That's what Daryl and Dan was going to cook their twins couple last night on Rated IDP Live with $25 with some chicken, some macaroni and cheese, and some brownies. I said, "Dang boy, you trying to get some convicts up here?"
Oh man. Oh, there it is. So, well, let's do some final plugs. Let's go round robin here. Hollywood, tell them where to find you, what you got coming up. You got the floor, bud.
Yeah, you can find me on the Dynasty Football Factory network, the IDP Nation podcast we do every week. We're entertaining the idea of maybe doing a Patreon, really cheap one. So we're kind of bouncing that around. Just follow my writing and my work, and I'm been on a lot of guest shows with Doug and you, so I'm around everywhere. I'm on Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, everywhere.
Nice. All right, Dougie, plug your shit.
All right, brother. As always, you can find. Right. Oh God!
At least I didn't say plug your butt. But... So we're trying to get this new sponsor called Booty Wipes. John's been courting them.
Okay,
that'll be good for the show if we can get
Booty Wipes.
I call dibs on the first trial pack.
Yeah. But go ahead, Dougie. Sorry to steal your thunder there.
It's all good, man. You can find my rankings. Ain't did much writing here lately, but you can find my rankings on idpguys.org. Video manager over there at the Rider Digest Network YouTube page. I'm fixing to crank that bad boy up. I'm getting some little less work at work, so that means the fantasy content is going to come strong. I'm going to put them videos out, 15, 20-minute little hitters about it's pretty much going to be summer camp, but we're going to watch some tape together. I'm going to send the video pre-show to the person that I have dialed up and edited for them so we can watch the video together there on the show. We're going to break down what happened. It might be the week 5 game. It might be the week 1 game. Whatever maybe a turning point was in their season. We'll figure that out. But Monday we got Nate on. Tuesday I got Mike Wallard on. Last 10 minutes of the Mike Wallard show, we're going to do a special wrestling podcast. Yep. WWE, AWE, the wrestling network was big this weekend. They unveiled some new stuff there with wrestling coming to Fox and everything. So me and Mike Wallard are big wrestling fans. The last 10 minutes of that show, we're going to do a little wrestling pod, little trial run, see how that hits.
Doug, I think you're mispronouncing it. Isn't it wrestling?
It's wrestling.
No, it's wrestling here, but I'm working on this, Nate. I'm working on this, man. When I go to bed at night, I got to put these in, and I turn on this little lady, she pronounces words to me.
I think Joey needs some of those.
So I got it's jam packed next week, and like I said, I got the Hitman coming on next Wednesday, as well as Big Board IDP. Trying to get some other people to talk some more teams. Just jam packed, man, and we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of excited about the wrestling show. I ain't never talked no wrestling on a pod, but I love it. So we'll see how that goes, and we're also trying to maybe design a fantasy football league for the wrestling. So we'll see. We'll see.
Cool.
Big things.
Interesting. How does that work? And then how
we don't know yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be something like we know that the matches are all pre-planned and everything, but it still might be fun to have a draft, pick some wrestlers, do a little wins loss pool, just something like that, just to get it involved with the fantasy football world. We love drafting. Hell, we draft movie theater
There you go. There you go. Well, I look forward to hearing how that goes. Not much of a wrestling fan, but it does sound interesting. And so make sure everyone out there you're following on Twitter at IDP guys. At Dynasty Football Digest, FB Digest. We've got at F3 Pod, Tyler Ghee and his show at Tyler Ghee NFL. We just launched 2 new Twitter handles at Rider Digest and at my FFL shirt. So definitely be following, everyone in our group. I'm individually at Nate Cheat. Dougie is at Oklahoma Dougie. Oklahoma Doug. I'll get this right at one point. Then Hollywood here. At DFF_DWin. Make sure and go to our new t-shirt site, myfantasyfootballshirt.com, and get that Gardner Minshew shirt. Dougie, you're going to be repping that on Twitter, right? When that comes in?
Yes. Praise Allah.
All right.
Praise
With that,
Jesus.
we are out, and good luck to everyone on your week. Hopefully your team wins. My team's on bye, so I guess that's a win. And hopefully you make it with your fantasy. So with that, see you guys.
Peace.